What's up and welcome back to the channel. I'm Duane here with Growing Together Nursery, and we're on a beautiful Friday out here. I want to go ahead and make a quick tour. It depends on the timing, but want to show you exactly what made it, what didn't make it up here in 9B in Orange City, Florida. And starting off, we got the Maria mango, y'all. She was wrapped up all winter. We did have over a dozen frosty nights, temps below 32. Got them on my Facebook, uh, where I was taking photos of these sensors on here. We have these little sensors. I'm trying to see if I can get that on there, but these sensors that would let you know the real temp out here. And man, she took 19. We got down to like 19, maybe even 18. It is questionable. Didn't get it on a picture, but anyways. And right now, let me show you exactly. Let me spin this. Makes it a little bit easier. But right now, she is still showing you that she's quite happy. She's putting out some new growth over here, and even down below. And I wanted to show you really quick. Yes, she's still holding some fruit. Oh, it's a plastic one. But look at this, right inside. I just saw that yesterday. Just putting off some more blooms. That's the only one that I'm seeing over here. But new growth is happening. I used a sheet and plastic and a cheap Amazon heater down below. But definitely this temp inside, or this sensor right here, definitely helps. So I wouldn't have done it without that one, just because you can cook your stuff. And yes, I've already come back in here and pruned it. That way she can hopefully push out some more blooms. But she took the temps. I mean, obviously I basically created a greenhouse for her. It wasn't easy. It wasn't fun, I'm not going to say. But you can see the growth. You can see that she's still green. So if you want to do it, you can, right? Depends on how bad you want said fruit. But this is our seedling here. This is our Maria mango. And happy that she made it. And we got some more that's coming out that I'm grafting this year. So hang tight. This will be released at some point, but very, very happy. Oh, let me zoom out here. Let me show you guys what else made it, what didn't make it. And to tell you that the frost and freezes are behind us from what they seem. So it is time to plant some more. For real, we're going to try mangoes again. Why, yes, we are. I figure winter can't knock us down every single year, right? No, not every year. So we're back with 3-gallon mangoes. Right now, what do we have? From Carrie, Cotton Candy, CAC. We have Julie, Dwarf Hawaiian. Already flowered up. You could see that. Looking quite nice. This one's actually a Julie right there. Doing what she does best. Putting on a show, y'all. Still have a couple of the trees that were here in the greenhouse. Some lemon zest and this elephant mango, which can be discounted. Just because the top growth is not looking the greatest. But we got sweet tart. We got some orange sherbets. Yep, we got some orange sherbets that are in. Already putting on some new growth up top. The fresh trees, y'all, they are back. Even a pina colada. Yes, folks, dwarf trees in pots may be one of the ways that we can do this down here. These cacks are looking nice and fresh as well. So, cack's not a dwarf, I know, but there are people that want vigorous trees, right? You're going to have to pick one or the other, in my humble opinion, or grow one. Cotton candy is just always a winner, so people will love that one regardless of what. But grow some of these in containers, find out which ones can make it, you know, which ones are worthy of growing in containers as well. And we got some M4s, y'all. We got 7 of those, looking fresh and green. I know, right now, your garden is looking all brown. You're trying to decide on which one stays, which ones goes. You said that you weren't going to grow again, and I get it. But Carrie Carambola doesn't care. She wants to produce fruit for you. So regardless if you lost your tree, give it some time. But until then, get just a fresh one. For a low price of just $55, you can have the greatest little fruit tree that can be grown out here. I mean, I love star fruit. They produce lots of them very quickly. And we got a larger one over here that kept falling over. We got some gnarly wind yesterday, so the trees were not the happiest. Look at this. Now we got 7 gallons in as well. 7-gallon honey kiss. And look at this, the stance on this little girl right here. Flowered up. Well, just starting to drop a little panty right there. Throw out one. Panicle. All right, you dirty birds. It's a panicle. It's short for panicle. So I don't have to say that every time. But anyways, look at this. Look at this little girl. Honey kiss. You don't know. It is a great mango to keep in a pot. Nice size trunk on there for it being a 7. But excellent. I would love to keep that one. We got to pass on these beautiful trees to you. I know it's not about my collection. It's about helping you out, folks. What else do we got? We got this 7-gallon as well. Nice cut up here, fleshing out. Another honey kiss there. And we got a carryover here with a great structure, putting on blooms. Looks like maybe that'll be some mixed blooms in there. Great growth on her, nice and green. Replace those brown things in your yard, folks. It is time to cut. Look at this action up here, folks. Fresh off the truck and already ready to satisfy. Now, this dwarf Hawaiian is sold. This is the one that is sold, so I cannot sell that one. But if you are interested, maybe down the road, you can put in an order, and I can go ahead and hook you up with one of these. Actually, one of 2 is sold. The other one is for sale. This one's already rocking a little baby fruit there. This one, not so much. Dried up, but we'll show the customers. Oh, look at that one. That one dried up too. Nice to show the customers that she was already about to put out some fruit. Not saying that you should allow them to hold. That is your own deal, right? Whether you allow them to hold is totally up to you, right? But some of these dwarfer varieties, I'm like, why not? You're going to stun them. Well, they're going to stay in pots for quite some time. Yes, there's some avocados mixed in here with mangoes, but I am in the process of taking all this up and cleaning up over here. The work does not stop, folks. But we also got some parchas, passion fruits, maracuya, depends on where you're from, and possum purples, and there are decent size. Possum purple passion, and this is a nice size, already with flowers on here. I saw some flowers on here yesterday. These are already trellis, but anyways, these will be moved over a little bit. Yeah. There's another one there. Anyways, those will be moved over. Looking for the flower, and of course, when I try to show you, yeah, it's not there. But the construction doesn't stop. We are still moving things around. Things are still coming out of the greenhouses. So anyways, we got some day avocados because they can take the cold. So beautiful 3 gallons are now $50, folks. I know. It's more expensive for me. So unfortunately, went from 48 to 50. Not much. It's not going up much more than that, folks. All right. I'm going to try to hang it in there, but $50 for 3 gallons, $80 for 7 gallons. And that's a fair deal. I'm a small guy, man. I'm not buying, huge amounts, and I'm trying to just upgrade from ramen, y'all. Come on now. Jokes, but come on. Winter Mexican over here, 3 gallons. Excellent hardiness for this zone. All right, even though I know you're going to judge my Winter Mexican back there, this is a small tree, or mine is a small one as well. So ideally, if they're a little bit better, or a little bit, not better, sorry. If they're larger, they can take the cold a whole lot better. So these trees I would probably still keep in a container for putting in this year, but even so, 15, I think, to 18 degrees is what they're rated at. We have another day over here that kept falling over, but the days are blooming. And they're a good size for $50. Those I would drop in right now. One more works. That one's still $48 because it has a price tag, and I'm going to hold you on that, right? Yes, I know. That one will stay. But we got some Brogdons in here as well for those people that are chasing it. I do have 2 7-gallons for $80, and that new flush is a beaut, folks. Look at that. Brogdon's a great one up here. This one will take 18 to 21 degrees. So this is more the size, 7-gallon size that I would go ahead and plant. But then again, listen, folks, you drop a 3-gallon in, you're rolling them dice, and that's what we're going to do anyway. So we got this beautiful Glen over here, with a great shape on her, good structure, thick branching. I mean, if you allowed it to fruit this year, I'm not going to tell you what to do, but you could if you wanted to. Now, if you never tasted it, okay, but beautiful. A cha-cha right next to her as well. This was kept in the greenhouse, so she has seen the GTN love. But my last one, $80. You buy some more, we'll drop it down to 75. We'll save you 5 on her. She needs a new home. Another Glen over here. Huge top. Man, I had to lean her over here because the wind was beating her up. But another 7 gallons. So 7 gallons, $80. 3 gallons are 50, folks. We got some Jamaican cherries or strawberry trees. Sorry, I'm all in the sun there. Already flowered up. These taste like cotton candy. Do they take the frost? Well, no, they don't take the frost, but these are the type of trees that grow so fast that you can just drop in again and keep going for it. You can't quit some of these trees, right? You're going to stop desiring these delicious fruits just because of Jack Frost came over and put a plethora of punches on us. I mean, is that going to make you quit? Well, yes, I don't like to. I understand, but come on, these fruits will make you do it, folks. Delicious fruits that you need in your life. And you deserve it. I think you deserve it. Even Miwok kumquats, yes, you deserve a Miwok kumquat. You know, these little trees get going, easily grown. Don't take a whole lot of maintenance. We got some mulberries working as well, but we got some stuff to do. I just wanted to let you know the trees are in. We got a little slow rollout. We will be having a great season this year. All these girls are ready to come out. It is hot up in here. Look at that one already cooking. I know you see her. She's hanging in there. Uh-oh, can we get some, Carrie? Can we get some? I know you guys are like, you're talking to your trees again. Listen, folks, Japanese researcher, I don't know his name. I think you've seen the same post or whatnot where they were stating that by changing or by saying words to the water, and then he froze them, and based on the words, you had like different geometric patterns or whatnot, like love versus hate, and he did this little experiment and showed the distortions, of the effect that you gave them, if your intention to it, right? I know it's a long story, but you can look into it. Well, anyways, if you are 70 to 90% water, depending on what stage, and the plants are also made out of water, well, if you were nice to them and your intention is true and you mean well and you talk to them, doesn't that change their state as well? I know it's all kind of hippy dippy, but I was just thinking, yes, there is something to that, right? If we are being nice to our trees and we're talking to them, and if that study is true, and plants and trees are made out of water, well, don't we change their state, right? So can we get things to fruit faster if you're nice to them, if you actually care about them, or whether or not you're taking them and beating them up and hitting them with the baseball bat and threatening their lives, right? I don't know. Look at the powdery mildew on the M4. Oh no, it's not too bad. Maybe she can still work through it. That's what we're hoping for. But only one branch over here is flowering out of the whole tree. Am I gonna say, negative things about her? No. Listen, last year she did pretty good, and I'm hopeful that maybe, just maybe, she can throw out a few more here before the year is over. And Angie will hold it down instead of the M4 this year, right? Angie said, hang on, you can take a break. I'll throw out a few for you Angie fans. All right, will that be enough for me? Well, we got Pim saying Mum working over here. We got all these Rolenias that are hopefully going to go ahead and flower for me. Are they too small to fruit? More than likely, but we're going to try anyways. Rolenia is going to freeze. I know it could, but if we're really nice to them, can we get them to fruit in a pot, right? I don't know. Let's find out. That's the challenge, right? I could just sit here and grow mulberries and figs and I was about to say jujubes, but that one froze on me as well. Little PM on there. This is, oh no, that's Fairchild. Already showing a little bit, but it can work through that, folks. Don't you worry. Wind's already starting to kick up. But we got Kathy up here. Looks like a little bit of powdery mildew. Not too bad. What I'll do is I'll just take the hose and kind of spray them off a little bit, but I don't spray nothing up in here. These trees are just going to have to work through it. And Rosie Gold over here leading the pack, folks. And she's off, right? Putting on just a few for us. Not all of these are going to hold, nor will I allow them to. Got a little bee back there doing her work. I know, don't talk to her. Don't disturb her. Allow her to put on something over there on Phoenix. Come on. But I got stuff to move out. We got work to do. And this place is hot, y'all. I am sweating. But listen, folks, there's that needs to be done back here. This is the very beginning of a long process. Things are sad. Things are not looking the greatest. I know that your investments right now are kind of looking a little crunchy. You're thinking, do I wait? Do I just sit there and hack the whole thing back? Patience, right? It's still, you can go ahead and do that and come back in here and cut it. You can do the scratch test, the sniff test, the whole deal. I prefer that you would start, I will tend to cut back just the ends first, slowly tipping it back. Because even the scratch test, you really don't know. You think that it's dead, but you're in there. And listen, I would rather go ahead and just take off a few inches and just wait for the new growth to come out, me personally. So I will do light prunings. Certain things, they have, what a dead branch is, right? There's a difference. But others, I will err on the side of caution and go with patience, right? So like pomelos, they will show you, let me spin this back. Pomelos are going to show you right away, like which branches are already dead. I know I'm in the shade, but yeah, if they flex and already done, but see that underneath there is still green. So you don't want to, anyways, you know what I mean. There's certain things that are telltale signs. Others are more difficult. Oh, real quick. So I wanted to go ahead and do a quick little shout out. So I was down there in South Florida, minding my own business so I was down there and I had to go down there and get this one. I had to drive off the beaten path. I was able to locate none other than that Skinner mulberry, right? Yay. And it's a very tough find, right? The only person that I knew that had it was Incredible Edible Landscapes down there in Loxahatchee. Hang on, let's see if I can't get their logo. Probably not. But anyways, it's in there. This is their tag. While we were down there, Nana got the Lipia alba, and I also picked up the variegated nopal. All right, spineless, good for eating, whatnot. It even tells you it's good for digestion on there, which is kind of cool. But this one is excellent. This is a nice one. Can't eat them. And the one that we have here has some baby thorns, so not something that I was really stoked about. So I have been chasing this one for a little bit. Was cool to see that one there. So if you are around there and you do need it, this one was like $12, which is a deal because I'm gonna propagate it. But this was the score. This is the one I was looking for. Big long fruits, and they had it there. I'm not gonna say that it was totally available. I know that he was talking about, and this is Connor and Liz down there in Loxahatchee, right? So I think they were still growing it out to ship it. They said that they were not really selling it, but because I was there, come on through. So I'm just telling you, don't know if it's actually released yet. So it is kind of a pre-release, but I am super stoked that they allowed me to have a plant. But the Skinner mulberry is a cool find, a very cool mulberry that does produce faster than the Pakistan. So that's a good thing. Check them out if you're over there. They hooked me up, so definitely going to give them a shout out. So thank y'all. And our mulberries are going through it, y'all. Will these hang in there? These Shangri-Las got frozen. So even after the baby berries came out, some would say blooms, right? The little flowers on there, which I had to look up because I'm like, there's no flowers. They're like, no, technically there are. And it's like, all right, guys, I understand. But anyways, like technically, I guess there are flowers, but it's not your typical type of flower that, you would think that it is. I guess all of those males and females, blah, blah, blah. I know. This is all bro science. But anyways, will the fruit hang in there? The frost came in there and froze a lot of these leaves. And that's on the Shangri-La. Am I really worried about that one as much as the Pakistan? No. This is the one that I'm kind of not stressed on, but man, I've been waiting for it. And now, same exact deal. The fruit was coming out and that frost set in here. 2 different nights this past time. I think we had like 27 and 26. So yeah, the edges are all burnt back. Will she push back out some new fruit? I don't know, man. Last year I had to DQ her from the mulberry mashup. I was hoping that she was going to be in it, but no, she had no fruit to show. Womp, womp, womp. I know. But don't boo her. She's back for more. Let's see if this year she can actually give us something, right? So this one, and look, both of these real quick. This one, Pakistan, and this, what I call Altamont Sweet, but it's some sort of a everbearing, if you will. Underneath this baby oak, they do have a little bit of protection. And I would say this one has a little bit more because the foliage is a lot cleaner. There's no burn marks or anything compared to that Pakistan. So anyways, but cleanup is in progress. We are going to start, by we, I mean me, going to start trimming. And, well, let's do a quick branch if you got a second. I know you're making along with, listen, it's Friday. They're open. If they honk, then we'll come over there and maybe have to cut it short. I came back in here and started trimming on the Valencia Pride just a little bit. And I can sit here and hack away a lot of this stuff in here because you can just tell that it's super dry. Our mangoes took a big hit here. And this Valencia Pride being on the end of this west side, only being protected by this little Mexican sunflower, wasn't enough. So I know that these bigger branches are going to be dead as well. Now, you want to do a scratch test? Let's see here. We'll do a couple and then we'll bring you in here. Yeah, that's not going to be good there. It's going to do one branch and then I'll come back in here and show you. But yeah, I don't think the mangoes fared too well. Let me see if I can't do this real quick. All right, hang on here, folks. We'll edit all that bad stuff out, right? So here's the first one. Let me turn this around. Here's the first one, dry, right? That's where I made it, dry there. Here's the second one, real dry as still. And then that third one I brought all the way down. Oh, it's in the shade. But trust me, dry as well. So literally, I will be hacking back down to the trunk. Now, this was one of the actual trees that made it. All the rest of these, besides I think 2 others, are all rootstocks, so turpentines. This was my one that made it past, that grew past the graft back in 2013. Zach, hang on, folks. But now she's gonna have to be trimmed back down to the ground. Does she come back? I don't know. We'll find out. Patience, right? But I'm not gonna sit there and do it with the hand pruners. Bring out the big guns. I got saws and stuff, and it's gonna suck. But these turpentines have a bigger trunk than that, right? These actually fruited for us this past year. And I think there's some life possibly in there. I believe it. I believe it. I think turpentine's strong enough. You want to do a scratch test? Let's see here. And see, I don't like digging into my trees like this, but it is looking brown. Still brown. Maybe I gotta cut, y'all. Maybe bring out the chainsaw. It's looking brown in there. I know you can't tell because I did it in the shade. Great, Duane, you're taking up our time. I know. I'm sorry. I know that there's a little brown spot in there, and it doesn't look great. I was having some high hopes because the trunk feels nice. It feels like it could be some water in there. But these trees can surprise you. Again, what I think the outskirts of a couple of millimeters are, oh, I can judge it's thick, right? Like you can also just wait and find out where it's going to start pushing. Everbearings are pushing out some growth now and some berries, and it too, because it sits out here on the southern end, it too got zapped. So is it going to produce once again? Will it be in the mashup? You're going to have to wait, all right? I don't know. A lot of no's around here until we find out what's going to continue pushing, what's not looking the greatest. Are the white zapotes the move up here? Are they going to be the next the next best thing? Is it going to be the next fruit that everyone's going to be growing? I believe that there's a place for them up here. I just think that the right size has to be installed before winter, and also maybe some coverage. Maybe we plant some things that can block some of the wind, maybe give it a little bit of a canopy as well. Even though it can take mid-20s, I don't think it can take 19 and 20 at a young age, right? A lot of these things can't take that type of temp at a young age. Let's see this one real quick. Want to try one of these seedlings? Let's see here. Just one, because I know we got stuff to do, folks. I know you all want to see a tree getting cut, find out how dead she is. You can laugh, you can tell all your friends, there's trees. I know. Some of y'all are hate watching. It's cool. Listen, so you can do the bend test where you can sit there and just snap limbs off. Now, who is she? This is a juicy peach seedling. Ain't nothing juicy about these crunchy leaves, but you get it. Juicy peach, great mango. If you don't know, could break, but see, like if you were to take this and you can tell that that's like already oxidizing. It's not, no bueno, it's super hard. It's DED, right? So that's another way. If it just breaks like that, you know that tree is not going to make it. It sucks. Now, I'm just going to cut here because I know, yeah, that's totally dead too. All right, and that's about an inch, well, 3/4. All dead. All dead. You can whittle it. I don't know, make something out of it. Wood's pretty good. Oh, I just got stung by a wasp. A bee right on my butt, dude. Oh my gosh. Thank you. I backed up onto something, and I swear, I don't get stung much out here. It just stung me right on my ass. Actually, on my lower back. Oh, right through the shirt. Thank you. Oh, of course. I'm guessing it was a wasp, considering that bees are pretty cool. But man, one single sting in the morning, whew, I guess there's some benefits to that. And that just happened while I was over here pruning. Maybe they're telling me, don't prune right now, wait a little bit. Maybe there's something to it. But yeah, that woke me up for sure. That happens sometimes. And yeah, at least it's not the face. Last year I got stung all in the face by wasps because I was pruning some Mexican sunflowers. But we're gonna leave that alone, seeing as how that's the Lord saying, keep moving along and cut this video. But dude, I just wanted to, some things happen live, and I'm not gonna stop and stop the momentum, right? Cannot stop. Let it go. Listen, whatever venom is gonna happen, if I need a Benadryl or whatnot, you guys will know. Dude, he started going into anaphylactic shock right on video, and then all of a sudden he dropped over. Someone's gonna have to call. Listen, I'm just kidding. No, everything's gonna be fine. I've been stung before. This has happened before. And I guess there's benefits to being stung, supposedly, right? And I'm not going to tell you to go put your hand in some sort of a hive or to go and try to get bit. But, damn, that thing does sting a little bit there. All right, M4, and then we're out of here, folks. One more, just because we get stung, move it along. Let me show you this one real quick. And we'll see where we're at here on this one. M4 seedling, I had high hopes for, but where is she? Where is she now? She got feet down, even though she's got an oak above her, dude, 19, 20 degrees. You get down a little bit. Not so much, not so bueno. So the bend test, oh, just snapping branches off. And are we gonna mulch them? Nope, but we'll put them back into the system over here. All right. All these are dead, folks. Dead, dead, dead. So now, considering you can tell just, can you, Duane? You said to take off inches. I know. We'll take off a couple pieces and we'll see where she's at until we hit something alive. If not, we're going to cut all the way down to the ground. Yeah, that's done. This is done. Oh, man. Dead, folks. Oh. But is this going to stop me from growing mangoes up here in 9B where I shouldn't? No. Now you're going to say, Duane, that's ridiculous. That's called insanity, right? Doing the same thing. You're getting the same results, right? And no, I'm expecting nothing, folks. If I go ahead and I do produce a seedling, then cool. I just like to grow mangoes. I like to have them here. I utilize the leaves from them. It's fun to talk about them. It's fun. Yeah, that's still dead up in here. I'm going to have to get something bigger, but down she goes. And that's all right. Will I replace this one right here? Why, yes, I will. I ain't done. I got plenty of seedlings that will be dropped out here and back into the system. But compost seeds are still cooking. Life is still blooming. Everything's coming back. And we're going to learn from these mistakes. Will we? You said you're going to. Yes, but still, the dream is still here. It's still alive. Shake off the frostbite. Don't worry. New trees are here. Yay, new hopes and dreams are back, right? Come on, folks. We believe in you. You know where to find us. 215 North Sparkman Ave here in Orange City. Hey, where are you going? What'd you find? So, we're here. Anyways, folks, back to work we go. Till next time, let's get after it. Woo! Stay gold, pony boy.